Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about why some recent news could actually be bad news for GTA 6 and the future of all Rockstar Games titles. So this all started the other day on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, where a post was created by user Big Jim Calismo, and his post was Tencent is about to acquire Take-Two Interactive, and then in parentheses, Rockstar and 2K. And if you guys have no idea who Tencent is, they are a Chinese multinational technology conglomerate holding company, which was founded in 1998. They are essentially the world's largest video game vendor, as well as one of the most valuable companies in the world, and its services include things like social networks, music, e-commerce, mobile games, video games, smartphones, payment systems, etc. Essentially, they are a huge deal, and they are well versed in the world of, technology, entertainment, etc. And so the rumor is that they were ultimately going to buy Take-Two Interactive. Now, this is where things get a little bit messy because you need to understand the relationship between Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games. So Rockstar Games is the developer of Grand Theft Auto. Take-Two Interactive is the publisher, which means they're the parent company. So think of it like a pyramid. At the bottom, you have us because we are the consumers. In the middle, you have Rockstar Games. At the very top, you would have Take-Two Interactive. So they're the ones that essentially call all the shots. And they are the ones that essentially give Rockstar the funding they need. They give Rockstar the direction they want to go in terms of, what games they should ultimately produce and when they should come out. So the rumor that another company was ultimately going to buy Take-Two Interactive could have serious impacts on what Rockstar Games is ultimately doing. Now, in case you guys are wondering what video games Tencent actually has like an investment in, they are actually the full owners of Riot Games, which they develop Valorant and League of Legends. They also have a small ownership in Ubisoft, obviously well known for like Assassin's Creed. They have a small ownership in Bluehole, which is the publisher of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. They also have an ownership of Activision Blizzard. So huge video game companies here they have ownership in. We're not just talking about like small mobile games or anything like that. And they also have a 40% ownership in Epic Games, who obviously develop Fortnite and the Unreal Engine. So again, it's not like they're like just diving into mobile properties here. And if they were to have some sort of ownership over Take-Two Interactive, Grand Theft Auto would suddenly become their biggest, probably video game that they own. Now, you might be wondering, why is this bad news? And ultimately, how does this affect me at the bottom of the pyramid? I just play the games and I just want to know, how is this going to impact Grand Theft Auto? Well, there's actually a lot of various things that this company, Tencent, has not been so fondly well known for. Probably the biggest thing is censorship of their games. So Grand Theft Auto is well known for obviously making fun of just about anything and being a parody of pretty much everything that has to do with American culture. And Rockstar really doesn't care whose feelings they hurt or who they rub the wrong way when they're actually making these video games, especially Grand Theft Auto. And so if their parent company was Tencent, who is known for censoring things, this could have an impact on how Grand Theft Auto is written, which GTA obviously has to be approved by Take-Two Interactive. It's not like Rockstar can just go about doing their own things here. They obviously have to keep Take-Two Interactive in the loop. And if it was not Take-Two Interactive, but instead was Tencent, maybe the GTA we know and love today might not be the same. Now, Tencent also has a weird relationship with the Chinese Communist Party. I do not want to dive too much into governments and politics, but the Chinese Communist Party, that's obviously not great. They've also had some of their games have some serious security concerns. Even some of their games or I should say, games that they are owners of, had to be removed from their marketplaces because of big-time security concerns. That's obviously not good. So those three things right there, obviously not things you want to have when dealing with your probably favorite video game, which for a lot of us, that's Grand Theft Auto. Now, not to say that every company doesn't have issues with censorship or security or government partnerships, but it looks like Take-Two Interactive at least gives Rockstar the flexible freedom to pretty much do whatever they want as far as creating the game goes. So you don't really have to worry about Rockstar being like tied down or being pulled in a different direction. They can make Grand Theft Auto the way they want to make Grand Theft Auto. Now, in case you're wondering where this rumor actually began, I think it started in two places. The first was from a user on Twitter, Jez Corden. He made a series of tweets, including this first one: Grand Tencent Audio hits differently for sure, even following up by saying, we're in an era of market consolidation. Expect to see many studios and publishers selling over the next couple of years. So that's obviously very interesting, and there was even a rumor going around that in order for Take-Two Interactive to avoid this, that Sony might actually be buying Take-Two Interactive, which I would say would be a much better partnership, especially if you're a fan of the PlayStation, because you can imagine there would be lots of like exclusives given for the PlayStation guys, which could be interesting. So if Sony does end up making this acquisition, it would potentially be a reverse merger. And that could lead to a whole bunch of other interesting things, like would GTA come to PlayStation only? Would GTA get like PlayStation exclusivity for a certain amount of weeks or months? Would we see the exclusivity only featured to like minimal content, to like online updates or bonuses that you might end up getting? This is where you can kind of dive into the rabbit hole a little bit and go into like a bunch of different directions about what could potentially happen. Again, at this point, it's really just a rumor. And apparently, people in the Rockstar community have also been following this for a bit now. So according to a post from a user Raised on the GTA forum site, and he's been around, as you guys can see there, since 2008. So this is not just like a new kid on the block, someone who's been in the Rockstar circle for 12 years now. I do not know specifics, but I can confirm that the recent rumors regarding acquisition have some truth to them. There's been some chatter within a very small circle of the community over the last 3 months regarding this stuff. I'm really interested to see if this will go somewhere, but I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. Rockstar will continue making great games no matter what. And hopefully, regardless of what happens, this is just the business side of things, and Rockstar is still given the flexibility, the freedom, the budget, the funding, and just the ability to continue making great titles like Grand Theft Auto, because at the end of the day, if it really just is business stuff, it should have not really an impact on the consumer. Again, at the end of the day, and that's if all things go well. But you can expect that if there is some acquisition like this, maybe there will be some changes. Maybe there will be less of an emphasis on things like microtransactions. Maybe there will be more of an emphasis on things like microtransactions. Maybe you will start to pay for Grand Theft Auto Online DLCs, etc., etc. You could go down a crazy rabbit hole of all the changes that this could potentially make. So, long story short, I'm just hoping this isn't the case, because as things currently stand, GTA is pretty awesome. Grand Theft Auto Online, pretty awesome as well. So I'm hoping things stay relatively the same, because I would just hate for another company to come in, tell Rockstar how to do things, and it messes things up forever. That would be such a shame. But I would, of course, love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think is going on here with Rockstar, Take-Two Interactive, their parent company? How do you think this is all going to play out? I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.